Last time I talked to you, Bill, Teo, he was claiming that the Devin Haney fight is going to happen 3 to 5 years from now. He went from claiming that to Teo Sr. coming out the other day requesting $10 million for the Devin Haney fight, and he will fight him next. What's your take on them comments?
I'm glad they come into their senses, that they know that it's going to be a big event whenever it takes place and for how much ever. Before, like Devin said yesterday, they were saying that Devin hadn't fought nobody and he needed to prove more. And today they're asking for 10 million, probably 10 times what he received with Lomachenko. But, you know, that's not me. That's not up for me to debate about the money. It's just we're ready for the fight. We asked for the fight, and you know, let's see, can Eddie and Bob and Teo and Devin come to agreement?
10 million is a lot of money. Devin Haney is a big star. Teo is also a big star, but a lot of fans feel that him requesting for 10 million is a way to block the fight from happening. To that, you say what?
I don't want to speak about the money too much. I devalue Teofimo and devalue Devin at the same time. So, you know, I'm reluctant to speak on the money. The one thing that I can say is that he knows what he's in for. He knows what kind of fight it would be. You know, so to request 10 million, shit, I don't know.
Is Teofimo Lopez getting 10 million for Composis or even Josh Taylor?
Yeah,
Would you think he will make that much amount of money against either one of them guys?
Yeah, well, you know, like I said, I don't know actually how much that he's going to make in his future earnings. I know that asking for 10 million for Devin is quite a compliment compared to what you was talking about, you know, the other day about, you know, 3 to 5 years, and he needs to prove more, he needs to do other things. So we celebrate the fact that, you know, he does want to make the fight. You know, how and how much is going to be made for, that'll all depend on when negotiations happen.
Now, when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to the AKHi status, it's all about how much money you bring into the table. That's what it comes down to. Now, I pulled in some numbers. Obviously, people lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. And Devin Haney net worth in 2020 is 5 million, compared to Teofimo net worth in 2020 is 2.59 million. Devin Haney got paid for Gamboa fight twice as much as Teo did for Lomachenko. So how is Teo the A++ side, as he claimed, when Devin making twice as much? Do you think that the A++ side status is overstatement?
No, I would say being that he beat Lomachenko and Lomachenko had the remaining belts, the WBO, WBA, and the IBF, and then now Devin has the WBC belt. That would give Teofimo, you know what I mean, pretty good chance that, you know, he's speaking from a
resume standpoint.
A side position being that, you know, it's ESPN. It's kind of like, you know, old media has been driving the quote unquote undisputed story. So they've gained a little bit of traction. He has some momentum. He has the belts. So I wouldn't let anything that I would remark stand in the way from the fight happening, arguing about A side and B side. To answer your question about it, you know, if he is the A side, he's gonna lose anyway. If he's the B side, he's gonna lose.
Teo Sr. came out the other day and said that Devin Haney fight does not make any sense right now, even though it's for undisputed, and he's asking for 10 million for the fight. So what's your take on his comments?
This ultimately goes from a slight that they were saying that Devin needed to earn more, he needed to do more, what has he done, or exciting, or email, or any of those things, to a compliment in saying that they want 10 million to fight him when they're not going to get 10 million for Kambosos, you know, more than likely, you know. But you know, time will tell. Time will tell, and we'll see.
I see you guys taking it as a compliment, which you could take it different ways. He obviously viewing Devin as one of his most dangerous rivals, regardless of what he says to the public. They are treating him like the Iron Mike Tyson in his prime, because growing up as a kid, we would always say, yeah, I fight Mike Tyson for 5 million. I fight Mike Tyson for 10 million. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it sounded like when Teo said, when he asked for 10 million, we thought about like Mike Tyson for a second. We're like, man, Is he talking about fighting Mike Tyson or something? But what's your take on him requesting $10 million to fight you while kind of dissing you in the process, claiming you are nobody?
They say that I haven't fought nobody. I got nobody on my resume. They say this, they say that. They make up excuses. Everybody. It's not only Tia. We see this time and time again, but they ask for all this money to fight me. If I'm nobody and I never fought nobody, I'm not a draw, I'm not this, I'm not that. Well, why you want so much money to fight me? Why not just take the belt, become the real undisputed champ, and just move on?
What we didn't know is that you made more money against Gamboa than Teofimo did against Lomachenko. I think the whole world was shocked at that news, just to prove that you are the money guy in the division, because you're getting paid the most.
I don't want to make it about money because it's not about money, but it is about money. I'm not even going to lie. I can't even sit here and bullshit you. He talked about he won $10 million. It's about money. When I talk about money and how much I'm making compared to how much these guys making, then it's not about money. But then these guys come back and say they making $5 million minimum and they want $10 million to fight me. So is it about money or is it not about money? Because when I talk about money, it's not about money. Oh, it's about belts, it's about this, it's about that. But then when they talk about money, it's something totally different. I made more than double of what Teofimo made for his last fight against Loma. Wow. Pound for pound best.
The youngest promoter in the game, the youngest champion in the game, and the most paid as well. You could add that to the list.
That's why they pay me so good, because they know that I'm willing to fight whoever, whenever, wherever.
Do you think he's gonna make $10 million fighting Josh Taylor, or he gonna request $10 million to fight Josh Taylor?
Hell no. Hell no.
Right,
you're not gonna make $5 million.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're not gonna make $3 million.
So no more. Now they say $10 million.
Yeah, that's a new way of ducking. You just outprice yourself out like Gary Russell do. We just got to see who will step up to the plate. I'm willing to fight anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. As you see, when I go in there, I don't get hit, I don't get touched, and they mad about it. They would rather me go in there and get touching or get knocked down and knock a guy out cold. That's not me. I wouldn't want to do that. I would be mad with that. I would be mad if I went in there and I got dropped, but I knocked the guy cold out. I'd rather go in there and not get touched, put on a beautiful performance, and go out and have some fun with my family and leave healthy. I don't like getting touched. I don't like getting hit.
The name of the game is hit and don't get hit. If you Google boxing, that's what's going to come up. It's hard to knock out an opponent that's looking to survive. Like your last fight, for example, 100%. You saw it with a lot of fighters. I mean, even, my man Roy, one of the greatest fighters of all time, Mike Tyson couldn't knock him out because Roy, he had his mind made up. He's going 12. I mean, he's going 8.
Yeah,
so
right. I didn't even think about that. You're 100% right. I didn't even think Roy was definitely in there to survive. No disrespect to Roy. Obviously, Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. He's heavyweight. He's a crazy puncher. Everybody knows that. So, but exactly, Mike couldn't knock him out because he went in there. He was like a cat. He was going to survive. He was doing anything to survive. And the same with Gamboa, which they can say what they want, but it still didn't show that they want to fight me. Teofimo said something about show me something. Show me something. What has Camboso showed you? I never even seen Camboso's fight. No dish. I really haven't seen Camboso's fights. I'm not bullshitting. I swear to God. God strike me dead right now if I'm lying. I never saw him fight before. Like, does he fight on TV?
Well, I think his last fight, he fought Lee, a guy who moved up from 126 to lightweight.
What network did he fight on?
That I'm not sure. Maybe Sky Sport. I mean, obviously, he said, "Show me something." He wants you to show him that 10 million, Devin. That's what he wants you to show him.
That's what he wants.
Roy Jones, one of your mentors, he said, "If you think you're the best, then you should collect every single belt. There's nothing wrong with all these belts in the sport of boxing. But if you truly feel like you're the best, then you should collect all the belts. But if you don't, then you truly don't feel like you're the best." Since T.O. nickname is the Takeover.
What does it take to go get another belt to fight me? How hard is that? It's another fight. You're getting paid. You're going to get paid more than you ever got paid in your career. You would make more with me than you made when you fought Loma. So, I don't understand what's the confusion? What's so hard about it?
Hold it. You're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.